I started the night security job at St. Enoch Memorial because the pay was good and nobody else wanted it. The day guard wouldn't look me in the eyes. He handed me a clipboard, kept walking, and said,
"Read all 10, don't skip."
Then he practically ran to his car. I sat at the security desk, alone in the fluorescent hum of the empty lobby, and unfolded the crumpled sheet. The rules were handwritten, shaky, like someone wrote them while their hands were shaking. So I read them. Rule 1. At midnight, Wing C loses power for 15 minutes. Ignore any voices during that period. Rule 2. If something knocks at the lobby glass between 12 to 12:30 a.m., check the cameras before looking. If the glass is empty on camera, leave it unanswered. Rule 3. If you see a patient walking alone, ask for their room number. If they hesitate, step out of sight for at least 3 minutes. Rule 4. If the elevators open without being called, avoid them. Rule 5. If the intercom says staff emergency, mute it immediately. Rule 6. Footsteps above you after 1:30 a.m. are not from a second floor. Move away from the sound. Rule 7. If the vending machine dispenses an item unprompted, do not touch it. Rule 8. Room 17 should be empty. If it appears occupied, inform no one and avoid the hallway. Rule 9. If a doctor or nurse without a visible ID badge asks for help, refuse politely. Rule 10. At 3 a.m., the hospital may attempt to replace you. If you see yourself anywhere, hide. Some sounded like pranks. Some sounded like paranoid ramblings. Some sounded like warnings. But reading them all at once left a weight in my chest I couldn't explain. 12 near a.m. Exactly on the minute, Wing C went completely dark. No flicker, no dimming, just black. Then the voices started. Not calling my name, not yet. Just whispering. Dozens of them, overlapping. Some sounded like children humming. Some sounded like old men speaking backwards. Some didn't sound human at all. Wet, gurgling, uneven. The darkness in Wing C seemed to move, like the hall itself was breathing. I stayed where I was, jaw locked, hands gripping the armrests. One voice finally called out,
"We remember you."
My skin crawled, but I didn't move. And eventually, the lights came back on as if nothing happened. 12:14 a.m., a knock at the lobby's glass entrance. 2 knocks, hard, precise. I switched to camera 1. Nothing, no one outside. Even the parking lights were still. Then the knocking moved to the far left panel of glass, but only in real life, not on camera. I leaned just enough to see the reflection in the glass. Something stood inches from the door. Not a person, tall, extremely thin, with joints that bent outward like extra elbows. Its head nearly touched the top of the frame, angled too far forward as if the neck were loose cartilage. Its face was blurry, not out of focus, just smudged, like someone erased its features by hand. It tilted its head in 3 quick snaps. Not human movement, more like a glitch. Then it mouthed something silently, slow, deliberate. I didn't understand the words, but I felt them, like pressure behind my eyes. I turned away. My stomach twisted with instinctive disgust. When I checked again, it was gone. 1:02 a.m., footsteps, soft and dragging. A patient in a thin gown shuffled around the corner. He walked strangely, like his limbs weren't his. His face was pale, eyes unfocused, but breathing perfectly calm. I followed protocol.
"Sir, what's your room number?"
He froze, didn't blink, didn't breathe. Then slowly, his head turned all the way toward me without the shoulders moving. The movement was too smooth, too controlled. His mouth opened just a little too wide. I stepped behind the wall, counted 3 minutes silently, and when I peeked again, he was gone. No footsteps, no sound, nothing. Just a faint chemical smell like antiseptic and rust. 1:40 a.m. Room 17 pinged on the monitors. Someone was in it. A figure stood in the far corner facing the wall. The proportions were human, but stretched. The back too long, shoulders too narrow, arms hanging almost to the knees. The legs were reversed, not broken, intentionally reversed, like a creature assembled wrong on purpose. It slowly pressed its forehead into the wall, holding still, skin flattening and folding unnaturally, as if it was trying to push through the plaster. Then the head snapped backward almost 180 degrees to stare directly into the camera. No eyes, no mouth, just smooth skin pulsing faintly like there were organs underneath pressing outward. I unplugged the monitor. I didn't want to know if it moved closer. 2:05 a.m. A nurse approached me. She looked normal, calm, professional, except she didn't blink. Not once.
Could you help me with a patient downstairs?
He asked. Her voice was steady but empty, like she was reading from a script she didn't understand. I glanced at her badge. Blank. I stepped back.
Sorry, I can't leave the desk.
Her expression didn't change, but the skin around her eyes tightened as if something underneath was irritated. She walked away silently, but her footsteps didn't match her movement. Too many, too fast, like more legs than visible. I sat back down slowly, heart steady but hands cold. 3 a.m. The hospital hum changed pitch, like the building itself inhaled. Camera 1 flickered. I saw myself sitting at the desk. Same clothes, same posture, head lowered. Then the other me lifted his head and stared straight into the camera. Eyes open too wide, smile too long, skin too tight around the jaw. He stood, joints popping, movement slightly delayed like a puppet tugged on invisible strings. He walked toward the camera, every step more fluid, more human, as if it were learning my walk in real time. I ducked behind the desk, body tense, breath shallow. His footsteps echoed through the lobby, measured, practiced, becoming me. He stopped right in front of where I hid. Then he crouched, slow, bones cracking softly, methodically. I saw his hands first, identical to mine, but with too many knuckles. He placed one on the desk, leaning down. His voice was my voice, but smoother, like someone warming up a new instrument.
You're doing well. Come finish the shift. Come be me.
He wasn't threatening. He sounded excited, almost proud. I held my breath until my lungs burned. Morning staff arrived. The replacement vanished. I quit immediately. No explanation, just walked out. The supervisor didn't question it, didn't smile, just said quietly,
Which rule finally got to you?
I didn't answer. But as I reached the parking lot, someone stood by the entrance, watching. It tilted its head exactly the way I did when I first read the rules. It waited. The rules never said what to do if the replacement follows you home.